Hey guys, Ben with Swift English. So today we're going to be taking a look at a reading passage from TOEFL Writing Task 1 integrated. So we're just focusing on the reading part of TOEFL Writing Task 1, not the lecture or the response phase. Okay, so what do you do when you begin taking this task and your approach with this reading passage that pops up? Okay, so step one, you want to read this intro paragraph really quick and identify the writer's main argument, their main point. The Salton Sea in California is actually a salty inland lake. The level of salt in the lake's water, what scientists call its salinity, has been increasing steadily for years because the lake's water is evaporating faster than it is being replaced by rainfall rivers. So you could see in a lot of cases, they're just kind of introducing background information to give you guys more insight into this topic. So just keep skim reading really quickly. If the trend continues, the lake's water will soon become so salty that the lake will be unable to support fish and bird populations. The lake would then become essentially a dead zone. So up to this point, guys, I didn't really identify or understand the writer's main point, their argument. So probably it's in the last sentence. And in a lot of cases, a lot of the times, that's true. That is the case. If you don't find it here, again, like I mentioned in another clip, it might be in that second to the last sentence or earlier. It really depends on the reading passage that you receive during the exam. So I identified it here, so I'm gonna basically be writing this down. Here I'm just typing it for you guys, but on the actual exam, you have to write it with the pencil if you're taking it at an exam center, or if you're taking the home edition, obviously you'll be using a fine marker instead. Okay, so several ways to reverse trend that's threatening, lakes' health. All right, so I like to use reductions, abbreviations, symbols. You have to be very selective here. So whatever works for you. If you kind of can't remember the word, just write it down. It's fine. All right, so let's come back to the reading passage. All right, so at this point, if I realize they're talking about ways to reverse something, maybe to fix something, to solve something, I kind of realize I'm dealing with a solution style reading passage. So at this point, I could easily write solution 1, solution 2, solution 3. This is just personally the way I do it. You don't have to do it this way, but it makes it easier because then you can kind of anticipate what's going to follow. And if you have a reading passage maybe related to problems, you would write problem 1, problem 2, problem 3. If it's about theories, again, theory 1, theory 2, theory 3. Benefits, advantages, disadvantages, beliefs, whatever. You're going to have these kinds of labels. All right. So let's see what the first solution is about. One option, well, there you go. This is an easier one. One option is direct removal of salt from lake's water in special desalination facilities. Okay, so this bit right here, I'm going to be writing down here. So direct removal, and you could be sometimes creative, like you could do this, but sometimes it might be confusing. So in those kinds of situations, I prefer to write out the words. All right, salt from lakes water in special desalination. That's pretty long. I'm just gonna kind of abbreviate it. And later on, during your 20-minute response phase, they will show you the reading passage again. You could take a brief glance at, yes, so if you forgot this, yeah, it's about the special desalination facilities. Okay, so that's that there. Now, you could write like an example of this or a specific reason related to this, or maybe some kind of important detail that supports this. This is up to you. In this specific situation, I'm not gonna do that because it's kind of complicated for this one. They're kind of explaining this entire process involving the special desalination facilities. So I can't really extract anything here, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. Okay, so another possible solution is to do da-da-da. Okay, keywords there again. So I'm gonna take this bit and write it in my notes. All right, so dilute, I'm gonna write the verb, of course, salt level in lake with water from ocean. There. So that's the way I did it. maybe you might do it slightly differently. That's okay, it's fine, not a big deal. Okay, so we have one more solution to go. Yet another solution, pretty easy, pretty predictable. Again, it was in the topic sentence, that first sentence of the paragraph, would be to control the lake's salinity by constructing walls to divide the lake into several sections. So write this too in a short way. Control lake's salinity. And again, like you could kind of like, if they're talking about something they repeat over and over again, like salt or even lake, you know, you could use symbols. Like for lake, I'm just using this capital L. Constructing walls to divide. Now, DVD, this might be confusing. I'll write this out. Lake into several sections, like that. All right. And just make sure that on the actual exam, you have some space kind of dividing it from your listing section so it doesn't get really messy. And that's it. So since this was a solution-based reading passage, you could see several ways. Okay, solution 1, solution 2, solution 3. And they always, you know, mention specific clues like option, you know, maybe answer, idea, strategy, method. Just kind of expect this kind of language if you have one that's dealing with ways or solutions, right? You're gonna hear these kinds of words. Of course, if it's theories, they'll probably just explicitly mention the word theory over and over and over again. Or if you have something else, you know, they'll make it apparent or clear in one way or another. And that's it, guys. So, you know, practice this at home. And when you guys do many of these practice tests and exercises related to TOEFL Writing Task 1 integrated, you'll get used to it. And come exam time, you'll be ready to go. So if you did love this, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful day.